Hey everybody, Paul from DMandprints. Today we're here at the shop and we're going to be doing a heat press test. We're going to be looking at how the temperature and the time that you press impacts the quality and the feel of your prints from both the color and the tactile feel. At DMandprints, we print at 280 degrees for 3 seconds. And let's take a look at some of the other times and temps that we're going to be testing today. The DMandprints recommended temperature and time is 280 degrees for 3 seconds. Other temperatures and times that are commonly recommended from other leading DTF print providers, we have 280 degrees for 12 seconds, 290 degrees, 15 seconds, 310 degrees, 15 seconds, 320 degrees for 15 seconds. Okay, now the times and temperatures that we're looking at today, these are the officially recommended times from a lot of other leading DTF print providers out there. And we want to see how this stacks up against the 280 degrees for 3 seconds that we have tuned our machines for and that we recommend for the DMandprints DTF prints. Let's start pressing these and check out the color, look, and feel when we're done. Managing our pressing today is going to be Terry. She's definitely a pro. She runs the shop, and we're going to have her performing the tests while I narrate. We're going to be testing these prints today on a Gildan dry blend 50/50. First up, 280 degrees for 3 seconds. We are set at 280 for 3 seconds. Terry's ready to start. We are going to first do a pre-press on every shirt. So this will be 3 seconds. This should get all the moisture out of the shirt. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let me straighten it up a little bit. Here we go. Throw that down on the shirt. And 3 seconds, 280 degrees. 2, 3, boop. And what is our pressure, by the way? I think our pressure's around 100. All right, now we're gonna do a post press with the cotton over the top just to make sure that everybody gets the exact same treatment with our normal technique to ensure the best softness and feel possible. We want good color, we want good haptics. All right, there we go. And then just as a comparison, here it is, printed out on the shirt. We'll do a feel test and a comparison test later. All right, on to the next shirt. 280 degrees, 12 seconds. $290 for 15 seconds. $310 degrees for 15 seconds. $320 degrees for 15 seconds. All right, we've got all of our prints done at the various times and temperatures. Let's take a look at the lineup. Let's go one by one, and we're gonna check the feel on the outside. We're gonna take a look at the color, and we're gonna take a look at the feel on the inside of the shirt. We wanna understand those haptics not only on the outside and how that feels, but also how it's gonna feel against your skin when you're actually wearing the shirt. Okay, I have all the colors lined up here, from 280 degrees all the way to 320 degrees at 15 seconds. Let's take a look at the 280 here, which we have done at 280 for 3 seconds. And let's just take a look at that compared to the 310, because I think that's where we're gonna see, if we have a chance at all, the biggest color difference in these. So it's gonna be difficult to see this on camera, but this has still that kind of like shape and feel of the t-shirt and a nice toned color. Here on this one, it's much flatter, and it feels flatter. Also, the colors just seem to be a little bit off from here to here. It's noticeable in person. It's probably a little more difficult to see on the cameras. The blacks here seem to be just, if I look down here, a little bit, darker, and starting to feel a little bit more sort of grayed out here. Again, difficult to see, and we're not working in a light booth here. Maybe we'll do another one with the light booth at another time. I think the yellow is a lot more visible between this one and this one. And maybe if I can get it at a little bit of an angle here, I just want to get in as close as possible on these. So here's 280 for 3 seconds. Here's 320. There is definitely a noticeable difference in both the yellow and the black. The blacks are just a little grayed out, not quite as black here. They're really vibrant and poppy here. They're really washed out here. It kind of gradiates back across the different shirts, and this is, I think, the best way to see the impact that the temperature and the time can have on the color. Next, we're going to move on to the feel on the outside of the shirt. Let's take a look at what we see. At 280 degrees for 3 seconds, this has a nice, soft, subtle feel to it, okay? And it's also quite stretchable, feels durable, it's not pulling. It bounces back. It doesn't feel like vinyl. It actually feels, I would argue that this feels better than even a standard screen printing feel. This is a very nice feel. Even though you do have a lot of coverage here, you can even feel the kind of grain of the fabric a little bit. It's just got a really great feel to it. Jumping up to 290 for 15 seconds. Here we're actually starting to see just a little bit of change in the color. You're definitely starting to get more of that vinyl feel. So now you're spending quite a bit of time on your press and your temperature's getting higher. So you're seeing, like, I think, a less of a quality in the feel, and also a lot of time pressing. And in this business, as we all know, time is money. 310 degrees for 15 seconds. This is really, really starting to feel like vinyl, and you're starting to see more of the colors change, especially on the blacks and down here on this yellow. The green isn't yet kind of affected as much, but you're spending a lot of time on your press. Your temperature is very hot. This is really starting to feel like, I think, what people have in the past complained about when it comes to DTF transfers. 320 degrees for 15 seconds. The only thing I can say about this is just way too long and way too hot. The colors have kind of clearly been impacted here when you look closely at them, and the feel of this, it literally feels like you're playing around with vinyl. This is just way too hot for way too long, so you're losing time, money. You're not getting that feel you're looking for. If you're pressing at 320 degrees for 15 seconds, this is just not where you want to be if you plan to get those 5-star reviews from your customers. There's one more thing that I think is worth discussing when you're pressing at the 320 for 15 seconds. And what we noticed on this shirt is, I'm gonna put my hand in here and try to separate this out, and it is literally stuck together. I don't know if you could hear that, but I have to put my hands inside this shirt and really spread it apart, right? So you can already feel that. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna turn these shirts inside out, and we're gonna look at the feel of the shirt from the inside of the shirt, because that's the haptic and tactile feel you're gonna get on your skin. And I think that's really important to take a look at. For this inside test, we're gonna just compare the 280 at 3 seconds to the most extreme 320 for 15 seconds, because what you're going to find anyways is just a steady progression based on time and temperature from what you'll see on the 280 at 3 to what you're going to see on the 320 at 15. All right, let's take a look at this and see what we've got. What you're seeing on this side is the 280 degrees for 3 seconds. What you're seeing on the right side here, this is the 320 degrees for 15 seconds. Even at a glance, you can see the color coming through the shirt here. That color you can actually feel, and when I'm touching this, even up here on the green where it's a little less obvious but still somewhat visible, you can feel that ink, and it makes it feel like vinyl and a little bit scratchy, and you're gonna feel that on your skin. On this side, the colors, you can still see them, but they're not popping through, and while you can definitely feel that it's not, this plain cotton feel, that there is a difference. It does not feel vinyl, it does not feel rough. It's gonna feel a lot better on your skin. And if you just get in close here, it's really easy to see the difference in the color coming through here and the color that's now coming through here. You can see it a little bit on the green, it's a little less prominent. You can definitely see it on the blacks here, where here you have on this side, it's very faint. It's much more pronounced on this side, and you will feel that coming through the shirt. The time that you press for and the temperature that you press at has a real impact on the look and the feel of the shirt, the feel on the outside and on the inside. It takes a lot of work to make sure that we can get this 280 degrees at 3 seconds consistently, and to ensure that it sticks every time and it's durable and it feels good. To do that, we have to work hard tuning these machines, monitoring these machines. It's a matter of the hardware, it's a matter of the software, the ripping software, it's a matter of tuning that, calibrating that. And frankly, it's also a matter of the quality of the materials that we use. So we never cut corners on inks and substrates. All of these things you have to do to achieve these numbers, to tune this DTF race car, if you will, to make sure we're getting the absolute best product. Our goal is to make sure that your customers are happy with their final product and leaving you that 5-star review that you're looking for. I hope this was a helpful video. If you'd like to see more of these, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.